Hello, my friends of the interwebs. This is a video response to Mad Bat Voodoo. He just made a video talking about his SIG, and basically he was talking about the fact that Lucas Tactical had told him that his SIG may not be entirely German-made, and this was news to him. Well, here's your answer, Mad Bat Voodoo. SIG has gone through several generations in their handguns. I have pretty much all three of them here. You have really early guns like this P225. This was not even imported to the United States until like last year or so, when Century International Arms imported it. But SIG never imported this into the United States. But that is all made in West Germany. Sorry, I don't know if you can see that or not. Right there next to where it says Sig Sauer, it says made in West Germany. Then they started importing their own guns. Just to be clear, it's not that they didn't import some of those. When they imported the P225s, they labeled them P225s instead of P6s, which, yet again, you can see that it says on the side there. I'm not going to screw with it. This is also made in West Germany, but imported in Exeter, New Hampshire. That's a P228. This is like what your gun is. This is what they're currently doing, which is a German frame, American slide, Italian magazine, just like what you're saying. And this one is very clearly marked. Sig Sauer, Exeter, New Hampshire, frame made in Germany by Sauer. As I understand it, the reason SIG is switching all this up from the older style to the newer style is a couple of reasons. First off, importing guns sucks. If you can get them to be made here, it's better. And they just haven't bought the facilities yet to make the frames. So eventually a SIG is going to be an entirely New Hampshire made gun. Maybe. The other reason is, in Germany, their facilities could only make guns like this. They just didn't have the tools to make guns like the other ones. I'm going to show you what the difference is. All of the German-made SIGs are made of stamped steel with a bolt in it. A little roll pin there is holding in an actual bolt block. All the rest of this is one piece of steel that was stamped into a slide. The P226, which is like your P229, has the same markings on the side, frame made in Germany. Sorry, get my parts mixed up. It looks similar, but this is entirely milled. Where you really see the difference is back here. See how on the back side of the slide there's those big milled channels there for weight reduction? That's a solid block because that's just a block of steel that's been pinned into a sheet metal slide. This is all one piece. Okay, and when SIG went to buy the the machinery to make those slides, they chose to buy them here in the US because they're hoping to eventually have their entire line here in the US to avoid importation, basically, and hopefully get military contracts. Okay, the P229 was actually developed and built pretty much entirely after the move to Exeter, New Hampshire. It was one of the ones that prompted it because it needed a milled slide to have the extra weight necessary to handle the .40 caliber and .357 SIG cartridges. You cannot make this slide heavy enough to run a .40 cal. The spring that you'd have to put in it would be atrocious. You'd never be able to run the gun. So, in a nutshell, yes, your gun is made in Italy, Germany, and the United States. Okay? Your frame is still German made, if it's stamped that on the side of it. But if it's stamped frame made in Germany, that is definitely a gun with an American slide on it. And any P229 is always going to have an American slide. Even the very, very first ones. And you were talking about Lucas Tactical too. I remember his channel as well. Before I even had my own channel, I was watching YouTube vids on my phone, and his reviews would always pop up right next to Nothing Fancy and everybody like that. I had actually wondered what happened to him, and I subbed him like a week and a half ago. I always saw your Colonel Richard Hunter channel posting on there, so I figured he must have been at least pretty decent, because I remembered him being pretty decent, but that was a long time ago. Thanks for watching. Be sure to thumbs up the video.